Some sunshine on this show. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. That morning motive. Waking up early this morning. I leap, dude. I was like, maybe, just maybe, I'll let it pass by, but I wanted to get up, and that's no lie. And this morning, we're going to talk about getting back up from Pain City. And if you know what I mean, I'm on the committee, and how many of us only learn through pain? And that's why I had to put this learning through pain or learning from pain. This morning's motivations topic is us and the way that we learn and our style of learning, because everyone has a certain style of learning, everyone has a certain style of studying, and of course we all have a certain style of repeating. And that's why we had to have this conversation this morning, because I'm done with the pain Olympics. Saints Addiction in the house. I'm done with the pain Olympics. I'm not interested in being the winner of the pain Olympics. I think a lot of people are, and that's unfortunate, and that's what's true. Is like, I think that most people would admit, and they've heard this too, that they need to learn from their mistakes, or they're a mistake master. I've said that a bunch of times. Or what else? It's also coming down to, do you only learn if it causes you pain? That's my show. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I had to ask was a question. I'm all set, y'all. So's my bong rip. So let's get this bong rip started. Join Weed Club on Instagram. It's definitely Saints Addiction. And I got my shirt design on, and the shirt feels good. And I just put black all over the shirt, if you can see. And there's actually a stain on here I tried to clean off earlier this morning, but that's life, and so is pain. Pain is a part of life, and I don't think really most people want to acknowledge the powers of pain, and not in a sadistic way, but in a way that motivates us, and how to stay away, and how to pay attention, and how to keep going. Let's go. My match went out. There we go. Whew. 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 Them bong rips. Whew. Take the breath away. Give you that quick head rush. Whew. That's what I like. It's when I know the weed is working. Whew. Whew, whew. As we say in Finland, we say hoo hoo. I have a sticker made. Actually, I'm gonna get up on my fat ass and go get that shit. It's not so fat anymore. Look at your boy. Look at your boy. Want me to suck it in? But yeah, no sugar. Get in it. I've always had weight issues, and that would cause me pain. And then I would go, and it would create me some more pain. Let me get some light on the situation. And then I go put that pain out on the gym, and I push that weight off me. And honestly, I always feel better. And a sunny day like this is going to be day to go hit the gym. And the gym be calling. Let's see if we can get Godfather. After he drank beer all night to come play, we shall see. So this is what's happening. Because everybody's participating in the Pain Olympics, man. I sat around that table the other night, and all my friends, that's the Chigatan sticker. Chigata. But I want to show you the hoo-hoo sticker. That we get involved in situations. Oh, it's over here now. I gotta keep track of where I put these stickers. I do keep track of where I put stickers, but I'm moving around on myself. Those are the shirts. Where are the stickers? And I don't want to. There it is underneath the shirt. Hoo-hoo. It's the Bauhaus logo flipped upside down saying hoo-hoo. It's a phrase that I love, because when you're exasperated in Finland, they say hoo-hoo. Like, man, I'm really high. Or somebody, something that exasperates you and makes you out of energy. Hoo-hoo fits perfectly. And that's what I've been learning from the Pain Olympics, and me losing so much weight and my pants falling off me. Why are we so inclined to only learn from our mistakes and not learn from history or learn from experience or learn from someone else. And it's so hard for us to watch somebody else do something and us not being observant enough to learn the lessons ourselves. I look at my brother Jeremy. He got to watch me be a druggie, be an alky, be abusive, and just fuck up in all sorts of ways. And my dad too. And he was like, "I'm never gonna drink. I'm never gonna do drugs. That's not my style." And now he's the millionaire. I want to say multimillionaire because I want my brother to be a multimillionaire, but I don't know what his status is. But I do know that he didn't want to go the route that his older brother did. And for the longest time, I remember my mom telling my mom the story. But I'm the oldest. I'm older than him by like 3 years, 2 years, and my mom asked Jeremy if he wanted some cereal, and I said yes, he does. I wouldn't even let him talk. You know what I mean? My mom was afraid Jeremy couldn't talk because me and my sister Natasha, are only 11 months apart, and Jeremy comes along, and between those two chatterboxes, me and Natasha, Jeremy couldn't get any words in. I mean, Natasha's a chatterbox. You think I like talking a show? I can fill a full hour and just sit here and smoke some bowls and fucking fill 6 hours being the teacher just talking. I love talking. It's my favorite form of communication. But for Jeremy, fuck, man, he kind of talks with a little bit of a lisp now. I don't know where that came from, and he's not very learned. When we were trying to learn, we all thought he kind of had dyslexia or something. All those handicaps, and he's still proud of this boy. Still became a top citizen, became a coach of the high school, basketball team, football team, multiple seasons, started his own business, built himself from the ground up, and I would consider him to be successful. You hear that, Worm? Jeremy, my brother, he don't even listen or watch my show or acknowledge me, but I'm very proud of him, and he's the better version of me. I tell people, if you want the taller, skinnier version of me, that's my brother, the successful one. I'm the one that's, the black sheep, not on his Instagram, not on the family photos in the living room. Somehow I got omitted. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing of me representing that I exist in my dad's house. It kind of pisses me off, but it's true. And being the black sheep of the family, and this is a brand for Black Sheep Saints Addiction. I says that on my Instagram, for people that are an outcast or make a different path or decide to live a different lifestyle. My friend was said, kind of Saint, shout out to Dave out in Florida. He said, kind of Saint, I'm jealous, man. He's like, I'm jealous of you because he got the kid crying in the background, but she's beautiful. And she's alive, and he's in this trailer and having to make his life work where his wife completely undermines him. She'll be rude to him. She'll talk down to him. She'll even take the kid side instead of making it a unified front, and pretty much demasculate him. And I'm shout out. I know his wife watches too, so it's gonna be like, come on, Jen, help your boy out, bro. You ain't got no one else in your corner. You got to get the guy that's in your corner. It's almost like your coach. You got to treat the coach with respect and acknowledge your team players because there ain't nobody else around helping. You know what I mean? This is man literally raising all 3 of your children, and he needs all the help he can get. And no, children aren't adults. They need guidance, and they need to know when things no means no, and they also need to learn from pain or not from pain, but from life and their parents instead. And that's a thing that most of us, we dread, so we don't attempt anything. We don't want to do anything because it has too much pain involved with it. Another way of calling it would be risk. Another way would be calling it would be work, and another way to be calling it would be sore. I'm sore today, man. I'm sore because I did the fucking workouts. You're going to be sore after doing the work. You're going to have to feel some days of pain to be able to see what your tolerance is. And then all of a sudden it's going to be like, ooh, that's a hot stove. I learned not to touch the stove because it gave me so much intense pain that I was willing to learn from this intensity. And it's like, why do we always wait for the drama to fill up? Why do we always wait for the worst case scenarios? Why can't it be something that we're preemptive? And I watched I watch all the videos. I watch the All Access Vegas guys talking, and they talking about these girls and how they wanted to fall for the fantasy man. And he said it wasn't just that the man just showed up, this Tinder swindler that would be the guy on the private jet, and within 45 minutes of meeting the guy on Tinder or swiping left, swiping left. One of the guys was like the most swipe left motherfucker on Tinder. I guess he got an award. But to be swipe left, you're gonna be like, oh shit, he's got finances, he's available, he's tall, he's good looking, he got a private jet. He checks all the boxes. As soon as homeboy's got a private jet, they do the gold digger tricks. I follow the gold digger videos too. Shout out to the dude with his brand. I forget the name of it, but he made a brand out of it. He started wearing his shirts. I like that. He wasn't just in a Lambo clowning fake booty bitches. He got himself his own shirt brand, and I see you, homie. But one of those things where it's like, besides catching gold diggers, it was one of those things where why haven't they watched the show and seen another gold digger video? How is it possible that all these other big booty hoes have missed the boat, or do they think that their boat came in? And that's what really ended up happening, is these girls that fell for the Tinder swindler, their boat never came in. So they're still sitting on the pier waiting for any boat that looks similar to something to hop onto, and they will immediately hop on that boat because they would believe that their number came in. It's the same type of mentality of gamblers. And this is what I think you call it a winner bias. But if you think that you're hot right now, like you can't lose, the slot machines are in your favor, don't go over to blackjack. Don't go over to craps. Don't go over to poker. The best thing you can do, and this is coming from a Vegas local, the LVOG, Las Vegas original, go get a shirt. Subscribe on YouTube, like LVOG, baby. Leave the casino, because your odds drop the longer that you're there. I've read somewhere between, I love statistics too. This is really cool about getting a psych degree, is we had to take a statistics class and I was horrible at it. I got a D and I had to go take it again, ended up getting a B. But the point is that when you're in these statistics, right, you look at a bunch of data that makes sense, and then you be like, oh shit, that is part of what is going on. This is something that we don't really want to acknowledge, but when you grab a bunch of people and ask a bunch of questions, you start getting some data, and you'll be like, okay, well, statistically, this is what we end up eventually doing. And it's not that we're voting, but we vote with our actions, right? It's like voting with your wallet. It's like, what did you buy? Well, I guess I'm an Adidas guy, and like you look around and you go, okay, these are the labels that I identify with, therefore I put my money in on it, and I started to wear it and wear it with pride, and then those logos say who I am. And that's why Nike did so well, because you can see Nike and it would say something to the effect of I'm a winner, or what's their favorite catchphrase, just do it. So it's one of those things where you're like, I'm a winner. And actually, the word Nike means win in Latin. So it's like, when you want to be a winner so bad, you want to be like Jordan. You start wearing the Jordans. You want to wear maybe a Balenciaga. I hate to shout out their name, but this is what's hot right now. And people would be like, as long as people think that I'm cool, right? Then it works for me. As long as people think I'm in on the trends, or I know what's happening, then I'm the cool guy, and people will think that I'm cool. And what I heard for the Jimmy Iovine was, he went and told Pharrell, he was saying, do you like house music? And boy, I love house music. I love dirty house music. I rock, I disco, I rock, I disco. Anybody that loves house music knows that song. But anyway, he was like, not that kind of house music, not that genre with a good beat. He said house music that gets you enough money to buy a house. Right? And he was just like, and they said, do something profound, because if you're just doing this to fucking look cool and wear some clothes, that shit fades out. But he said, making something that's memorable is something that gets you paid and laid and stayed, right? Like, it's one of those things where you got stay, pay, and lay. I mean, it'd be perfect if that worked out for everyone, but a lot of people make things because they want people to perceive that they are one thing when they're another. And this is what Saints Addiction was all about. When I was making this logo, it's like, it's a dichotomy. It's something that I never heard put together before. A saint with addictions. I mean, these things are so bipolar, and even people see my addiction part and they're like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with addictions. And it was just like, but we all have addictions. We all have things that we do repetitively to keep ourselves doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm sitting there going like, this is some horrible way to learn, right? It's a horrible way to learn to say that we have cognitive dissonance. We know that by smoking cigarettes that we're getting lung cancer, but we do it anyway because it gives us a little bit of stress relief or perceived stress relief or some sort of control that we have. If we have the cigarette in our hand, then guess what? Boom, I'm the man. I look cool. I'm Joe Marlboro. I'm the guy that fucking is alternative. I'm the guy that absolutely looks pessimistic. It's something else that we learned. But you're really counting on I'm giving up days in the future so I could have some pleasure right now. And that's all it takes to have addictions. Like straight up, most people think that addictions are so evil. It looks like a heroin needle in the arm. It looks like lines being snorted. It looks like interactions with the police in prison. And the truth of the matter is, it's anything that you do to alleviate your pain. It's anything that you do consistently to use as a coping mechanism. And we all do it. And I ask you this because I was thinking the other day, I was just like, there wouldn't be that many cigarettes, there wouldn't be that many sodas, there wouldn't be that many candies, there wouldn't be that many chocolates, you know what I mean? If it was fried foods, there wouldn't be that many fast food restaurants. It wouldn't be the things that we keep them into being. Like that's the weird part is we keep it into being that McDonald's still fucking serves the cheap burgers, and we keep them into being that they put pork on top of it and add bacon, and we keep it into being where it's crunchy and salty. We keep it into being where it's sugary and ice cream. Like those things, right? I'm always like flabbergasted when I watched it. Like the line is long as fuck, especially on a summer day for the ice cream truck. What are the people waiting in line for? Groceries, food. Like food is one of my addictions. You know what I mean? Comfort food, especially. You know what I mean? Something crunchy, something salty and sugary at the same time. Or how about the fact that people still wait to go get cigarettes? Whenever I'm in the tobacco stores, especially when I was in Mallorca, Spain, and I went to 50 different tobacco stores, there was a line. So it's like not a big line for church, right? But there's a big line for the yacht. There's not a big line for the gym, but there's a big line at the tobacco shop. You know, there's like a lot of fucking people that use the same. There's a line at the Starbucks. You don't believe me? Go try to go through a drive-through because they need a drive-through, and there's even still traffic when you drive through. And everybody hates traffic, but they're willing to stick it out because it's coffee. So one of the top consumers of coffee is here in Finland. I think the one individual makes about or drinks about 14 kilograms of coffee a year. That's the average. It's one of the highest in the world. It's crazy. Mr. Benny Mac, thank you for watching. How are you going? Are you okay? Here's hoping, but bro, I'm in it to win it. I mean, this is the Pain Olympics, right? Like for me, I get to get the envy of my friends from Florida and say, man, at least you don't have a screaming baby in the background. But these are still also my friends that cried when my baby's life was lost, and they just had their baby. That's what I was saying. This could have been his future wife. They were all born at the same time. I had about 3 or 4 friends that were having babies at the same time as me, close friends, and that would have been dope. And they kind of all faded away and don't talk to me anymore because it's almost like if my baby died, theirs might. So they kind of keep their distance. And of course, that's what we do as men. If you've ever had any male friends, you know that as soon as they have babies, it's almost like they disappear, and it's nothing personal. No one gets the blame game. It's no more what do they call mimosas at brunch on Sundays. They're not there anymore. They don't get to kick it at the bar. They don't get a fucking, this is men's changing their attitudes when things happen. They don't get to answer the phone. There's no more, hey, bro, long talks. No, all that time and energy gets spent on the kids. And I'm sure women have seen women disappear too because they started relationships. My ability to travel might be a one person's envy and at the same time my struggle. So, you know, in the Pain Olympics, it's like I have to endure being on someone else's couch, and everybody's like, well, it's a couch. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's at least it's a couch in Finland. And to me, at least it's a couch that's near the gym and somewhere where I can go for a walk and get mental health. It's like an open air, what do you call it? Asylum, you know, where everyone's crazy around you, but you're allowed to walk around the asylum, and it's the same folks. So it was one of those things where, especially when my friends were like, we've known each other for 20 years. No, it's not like that. And it was just like, I'm on the outside looking in, and it is like that. It is this way because you are doing crack, or you are doing meth, or you are doing the same habits over and over again. I can see it, but you can't because these are your habits. So as soon as you have a bad phone call, you'll grab a cigarette. Or as soon as you have some static in life, you'll smoke a bowl. Mark Saint's addiction. Or as soon as you're nervous, or just not even nervous, or maybe too sleepy, and you like go grab a coffee. So it's one of these things that we see. It's hard to see because it's so pervasive. It's in everything, dude. It's in every commercial that you watch. Somebody's skinny, somebody has straight teeth and a beautiful smile. They're having the time of their life doing something you'll never do, like being on a yacht or being in the Super Bowl end zone, or fucking some hot chick, and you're just like, man, they look so happy. Man, that Coca-Cola looks good. You know what? I do want a Modelo. And if you don't believe it, they wouldn't do it. Like, advertising wouldn't be a part. They wouldn't give up 25% of their yearly profits, literally net profits, to get your attention if it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude. If it didn't work, they wouldn't be doing it. It's like transsexuals. There wouldn't be any lady boys if there wasn't someone purchasing lady boys. You feel me? And that's a real thing. I've been there at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in Thailand, and when I get there next month, I'm putting it out there. I'm calling my shot, manifesting, because I still don't have a ticket and I don't have the money to do it. My phone's off, but you're asking me how I'm doing, so this is what it is. And to get there, 3, 4 a.m., we be fucked up in Khao San Road, and you see the dude stumbling and trying to hold on to this tranny's arm with the big fake titties, and you're gonna go, is he drunk? Or is that what he wants? So if I would have thought that he was just drunk and he was being taken advantage of, I would still do the same thing if a woman was drunk and taken advantage of. Whoa, how well do you know this girl? Yo, where are you going? Where's security? Let's call an ambulance. Let's do something more than just, she just got in a car with like 3 dudes in a taxi that are giggling. I would say something to that situation. At the same time, for the dude, I don't feel that same way. I'm being honest with you. I don't know if he wants it. It's not that I don't think that he knows that he's with a transsexual or a tranny or a lady boy, but does he not want it? And that's what it is. It's like, did you not want that pain? Did you not want that drama? Did you not want that outcome? And that's what they're saying about the girl on the private jet, was like, she wanted her ship to come in. She wanted to think she hit the lottery. So as long as you reinforce this belief that it's like one day some knight in shining armor with a private shiny jet is going to land in my driveway and knock on my door. And I came from the other school where my dad was just like, Miss America isn't going to come knocking on your door offering you free blowjobs. The odds of Miss America wanting to give you a blowjob and be knocking on your door are ridiculously low. But we still play the lottery. We know that it's a ridiculously low number. We have a better chance of going into space, you as a person getting a chance to travel into space, which is rare air in itself, than it is for you to win the lottery. It's like billions to one, trillions to one sometimes. And the higher the pot gets, you can see that's what people believe. They start getting really greedy and thirsty, and they want to be a part of that pot. They want to be part of the billions of other people that bought tickets. And it was like, hey, it's $1 billion pot. Yeah, so you just put in your billions to add to the billions to stand in line for the hope, the wish, that things are going to happen. And we'll take that route, then, I don't know, getting up early or staying later or getting a sale or completing a task. Then it was easier just to go to the grocery store, grab my Coke, thanks to the advertisement, and here's my lotto number too, because I need to really make it. And it's like, you really need to make it, or you really need to fake it. Do you really need the pain to learn from it, or can you go do the research before you have pain? They said, what is it? Preparation equals pain, or no. Your lack of perspiration is my lack, or your lack of preparation is not my perspiration. So it's like a lot of people, they don't want to do any research. I'll be honest with you. When I travel, I just wing it. And I smoked weed around the world. By the time I came to South Korean prison, and I got caught up, I didn't expect to go to prison over 3 grams. But what it was is, I hadn't done my research. You know what I mean? I didn't know or never heard of locked up abroad. I never seen the TV show before. And people thought I was stupid. Even my grandmother called me stupid. That's stupid. And I'm like, damn, dude, I'm used to being a smart guy. And now I'm paying these ultimate prices. And man, I would really love to learn from my mistakes and not make anymore. But then I'm a mistake master and I take risk. So I have to calculate it on how much it comes on my chest. And then that gets calculated in pounds, how many times I got to push it off me at a workout. It's so weird that we get information and disavow some information, or not pay attention to the information that's available, or not look for it at all. I mean, it's kind of hard to look for something that you don't know anything about. But I was shocked that I traveled the world for 2 years and I never heard of Locked Up Abroad. And then it's I think it was season 3 episode 4, or season 4 episode 4, one of the two. I don't want to mix it up, but the guy that was in South Korea prison before me ended up doing like 3 years in there, 5 years in there, something like that. They wanted me in there for 5 years, and he ended up getting into yoga, writing a book, and he was trying to smuggle, I think, a kilo of hash from the Philippines. No, did he? Yeah, anyway, but there's so many stories out there, and there's always hear this from the Locked Up Abroad people, that they had an intuition, but they still wanted to see it through. It wasn't enough that they were already in a tight situation, but they were about to far by all means and reaches, to by a far cry more pain to their situation than when they had their intuition. One of these girls I'll never forget, because she actually got caught up, and I forget how they tried to let her through. Maybe she didn't have anything on her that trip, but they said, "You're on our smuggle list." And she was warned, and she went back to the dude and said, "Yo, they already tried to, they know I'm on the list. I'm being blacklisted. I'm being watched. I can't do this no more." And still made another run. It's always like another run. It's like, all I need to do is rob another bank and I'm set. And you're just like, fuck, if it isn't till the pain hits, till you actually hit prison, do you might have to learn the lesson of not robbing banks, or selling crack, or doing crack, or what, how many teeth have to fall out of your mouth before you got to stop drinking. It's one of those things that I just watch my friends do their habits. It's tough to watch. I'm myself, I'm trying to break free from the Finland complacency. One of my buddies said Norwich in England was the place that dreams go to die, because it's just so comfortable. When you get to some of these places, it's just like there's no rush for anything. Everybody has a brand new home. Everybody still has some kind of amount of money so they can drink every day. I've never seen anybody be without. There isn't any homeless people on the streets. Everybody's sheltered, everybody's fed, and thanks to Mom Mary, she keeps bringing us food and we keep eating. But the point is like, I don't really want to wait around long enough for the pain to kick in. You know what I mean? I really kind of not trying to be that guy that needs it to be horribly dramatic or traumatic for me to be aware of it. I just learned one of the toughest lessons of my life is my temper. I had to pay with my son's life. It's something that I don't take lightly. It's something I'm just like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like, I kind of learned the lesson before it happened, but it's one of those things where it's just like, some lessons are paid in blood. They're paid in full. And I'm hoping that people can go out there into the world and do some research on some things. It's not that I just risk it for the biscuit when I'm out here traveling. I do risk it for the biscuit in business and finances and trying things. But it's also, I think that I see trends. I might actually look it up in Google Trends. I'll actually look up, like, what t-shirt brands are really trending right now, and then that'll be the ones that I push, or go to the magic conventions and see what other independent artists and labels are doing. Shout out to Saints Addiction. Definitely follow, like, share, subscribe. I want to see what kind of designs you guys like, and I'm always watching fashion, and I'm actually doing the research. Shook the hands of Mark Echo, got his book, read his book 3 different times. I would like to say that I've put in the effort of research to know about shirts and the printing process, and to become a printer, printinanhour.com. But a lot of people are just going like, they get that like fighter's confidence, or that freak out confidence, and you'll try to throw a lazy punch. That's what they call it in boxing. And when you end up throwing a lazy punch, you end up getting counter punched. And I just don't want to be punched anymore, or punch anybody, or life being punching me. It'd be nice to be able to learn so eloquently. And that's what I wanted to do. So that's this morning motivation. Saints Addiction. I can't give you a full hour because the sun is shining. I'm about to go outside, and that's what I encourage you to do. Everybody to get outside. Nature heals, and it does wonders for our soul, and that's what we need. This little bit of healing more than painting. And I just made up that word. So peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. I left the Chigathon sticker out there, but I can say hoo when we learn from pain. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao.